Namaskar, I'm Shubhendu Ghosh. Welcome to our series Disha. It is an initiative by Department of Justice to spread legal awareness and literacy. The idea is that when you're legally informed, you are in a better position to fight for your rights and get justice. The theme of the episode today is legal aid and awareness for our senior citizens. In our discussion, we'll explore the challenges faced by this section of the society and what are the social, legal, and economic remedies available for them. Two special guests are joining me in the program. Let me introduce and welcome them. Dr. Mala Kapoor Shankar Das, noted sociologist, gerontologist, and health social scientist. I also have with me Barkhat Rehan, activist who is advocating rights of senior citizens and offering them legal support. You're also president of an NGO called Purush Ayog. A warm welcome to both of you. Now, India is often referred to as a youthful country. Given its demography, more than 2/3 of the population is under the age of 35. But where does it then place our aging population, the senior citizens of our society? Dr. Mala, if I could begin with you.
Yes, we do realize India is a young country, but we need to see the demography of this young population also. The number of children being born is being reduced. The number of people living longer is increasing. Life expectancy is increasing. And what we need to understand is that in this young population, we are having people who will in few years' time be aging. And the numbers would be substantial. And that is an important factor to recognize in an aging society. So while we recognize the youngness of India, we need to recognize the aging of India too. And that is where we need programs which are intergenerational. We need programs where people start thinking that they are going to live longer and they must do something for their old age. And we need governments, families, communities to realize, adopt a life course perspective that life is not going to end at 50 years, 60. It's going to go on till people are 80, 90. And that is a fact which has to govern our policies, our programs. And I'm glad to say that the government in many ways is realizing it. It came out with a policy much before many of the neighboring countries. Right. In 1999, we formed the National Policy of Older Persons, which recognized the potential of our aging society. And even now, what we have is the government taking initiatives in bringing about many legal measures to safeguard the interests of older people.
And we'll talk about each of these provisions in detail in a bit. But come on, if we could come to the point of the challenges faced by our senior citizens, what would they be when they come to you for help? What are the most common grievances that they come to you with?
Many times they face a lot of abuse and there is no one to help them out because they don't want to speak. They don't want to file a complaint. When we ask them, there are legal remedies. I'll help you out. Even I have asked them that I am going to help you out. My team is going to help you out. They resist. They don't come forward. They say that we have throughout our life lived a very respectful life. We can't go to a police station. We can't go to courts. Whether our children mistreat us, we'll try to bear that, but we don't want to. So we have to instill the courage. We have to give them encouragement. See, legal recourse is only for those people who want to take that. If you're so rigid, so we have to create lots of awareness programs, like today also.
Point, if I may just add to that, that traditionally it was seen that senior citizens, most of the grievances that they had were perhaps from their own families, their children not taking good care of them.
Exactly.
You're saying that that trend that we grew up listening to, that continues till today?
Yes, it does. In many of the families, there's a lot of tussle, the monetary problems, finances, like even if they ask for medicines, or even if they ask them that we are tired, sick and tired of being at home, please take us somewhere. You go every day. We also want to go. For small things, they are mistreated. So, but here we need more and more awareness programs to tell the children also that these senior citizens have their rights. If at all they will use their rights, you will be behind prison. You will face the repercussions. So behave yourself. Start treating them well. They are really very important for the society. They are the ideals. They are the ones who have given us everything. Not only the property, the values, how to live. We couldn't have been in this world without them. So, but there are maintenance laws. People don't know. Senior citizens are not aware about that. So we need to create a lot of awareness. See, government has been doing so many things. They have these programs for the medicines, the shelter homes. I often visit the shelter homes where I'm very surprised to know that most of the I see male members more over there. I wonder why. Then I have spoken to them individually. They tell us till the time they were earning, everything was fine. The time they stopped earning, they were mistreated and their children abandoned them. When the children abandon them, they break up. And then they look forward towards the government as well as other people also, anyone who is giving them legal aid or who is helping, at least listening. See, if anybody listens to their grievances, that is also a major part where they get a bit relaxed that yes, there is someone who's at least hearing us, they will give us some remedy. So it's each one's duty to take care of the senior citizens at home as well as even if you found them in your society or your friend circle, neighborhood, wherever you found.
Every section of the society has to be sensitive to their needs. Dr. Mala, you're not just addressing the issues facing the senior citizens, but you're also studying the manner in which the society is changing. There is rampant urbanizations, families are getting smaller. Give us an insight into how is it impacting the manner the senior citizens are treated and the kind of life they have to lead?
See, there are two aspects to it. One is that traditionally there was this concept that in your working age, you look after the children, and once you get out of that, the children look after you. That perspective is changing now, because we don't want, as a society, to treat older people only as dependents. We want to recognize them as a resource.
Also understand the manner in which our constitution looks at this section of society, the senior citizens. And if you could specifically also tell us the legal provisions, and you mentioned some reforms, but specifically legal provisions that are present to empower and safeguard the senior citizens.
So there are three aspects to it. One is in terms of giving them health facilities. So legally, state governments are being told by the central government as well as by the society in general, raising that certain provisions have to be there. Government hospitals are coming under the thing they must have geriatric clinics. In primary healthcare centers, there must be facilities for senior citizens. There should be separate queues for them. There should be separate services for them that way. Medicines should be given free. Health insurance should be given. Government is making a lot of taking steps to provide health insurance for senior citizens. Now they have, even changed some of the facilities which are with the private companies. Earlier, it used to be that you could only avail of insurance till a particular age. Now you can avail till a longer period. So there are changes which are being brought out legislatively. Then there is also old age homes are coming under a reform by the government. There are laws coming in terms of how should be an old age home be structured, built, what are the minimum facilities required, what kind of training has to be there for the caregivers. So these are small measures, and this is all coming with the perspective that older people have a right to dignified, respectful living.
Right.
Then informal sector, which never gave pensions to people, and older people continue to work till death would take them apart, are now also coming under a certain framework where they have to provide or give them social security measures. And even offices, government affairs, there are various ways the pension schemes are being improved. So these are all coming in terms of rules and
measures that are there
regulations.
for the senior citizens. Barkha ma'am, when senior citizens come to you with grievances, what are the important legal provisions that are there in our constitution that you would like to underline, that they must be aware of, that is meant for their safeguard, their empowerment? If you can specifically tell us about the laws meant for the senior citizens that they must be aware of.
Article 41 safeguards their interests, but they don't know these things. They actually legal rights.
If you can
they
simplify,
think,
ma'am, some of the provisions, it will be very helpful for
yeah,
us.
it is just now told you this article
Yes.
21, as well as there is maintenance and welfare law, which the sons and the daughters have to maintain their parents. This is mandatory. But
This
people,
is not an obligation.
yes,
This is a legally.
yes, this is a legal thing.
that they must
It is not an obligation. It is mandatory that you have to maintain. But here again, we take it as a very casual thing. We think nothing is going to happen. No law will take any action against us, because the thing is that the senior citizens, firstly, most of them living in the rural areas, they are not aware about anything. See, we need more such programs where we can discuss this, and they should be aware, and then mentally also they should be ready to file the cases. See, unless I've said it in the beginning also, that even if you have so many legal things, and you have old age homes, and you have the medicine facilities, and you have the railway scheme where you get you get rebate in fares. There are many other schemes the government has done already for them, but they need to avail them. So legal, only if they want to avail. They are very hesitant. They don't want to be into all this legal because they are very afraid. They fear the law, that we will not get any, no action will be taken, or they don't want to separate from their children. So a lot of fear is in their mind. We have to take out their fear. We have to celebrate each moment with them. When they feel encouraged, then only they're going to speak up. They will get motivated to speak up to people. There are NGOs, non-government NGOs who are working. There are helpline numbers. I tell you, they call on those numbers, and then they don't speak anything. They don't tell anything. They're so hesitant.
There is an issue of fear and lack of encouragement also. They're not sure if calling for help will
help
indeed,
them. And the repercussions.
And the repercussions.
That they will be beaten more.
Well, it's hugely important. Ma'am, we'll continue this conversation. We're heading for a short break in this special series, Disha. We'll be right back. We're talking about concerns and provisions and remedies for our senior citizens. Stay with us.
चाचा प्रणाम।
प्रणाम।
चाचा ड्यूटी जा रहे हैं, बिटिया का ध्यान रखिएगा।
ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं। आपकी बेटी हमारी बेटी।
जाओ बिटिया।
ओए होए कहाँ चली?
मेरा नाम गीता है। मैं छेड़छाड़ से परेशान हूँ, मेरी मदद कीजिए।
भारत में कई ऐसे कानून हैं जो महिलाओं एवं बच्चों के सशक्तिकरण एवं संरक्षण के लिए बनाए गए हैं। अगर आपको और सहायता की जरूरत है तो कानूनी सलाह के लिए लीगल एडवाइस को चुनें और कोर्ट में वकील के प्रतिनिधित्व के लिए लीगल असिस्टेंस पर क्लिक करें। अगर आपको अब भी किसी मानवीय सहायता की जरूरत है तो आप हमारे इस टेली फैसिलिटेशन सर्विस के तहत IVRS बेस्ड हेल्पलाइन सॉल्यूशन को चुन सकती हैं। इसके लिए आप 14454 डायल करें। धन्यवाद।
नमस्कार, मैं आशीष आपकी किस तरह से सहायता कर सकता हूँ?
मेरा नाम गीता है। मैं छेड़छाड़ से बहुत परेशान हूँ, मेरी मदद कीजिए।
आपके मामले को देखते हुए आपकी बात अपने काउंसलर से कराता हूँ। आप अपनी बात इनसे खुलकर कहिए। इससे आप अपने आप में आत्मविश्वास महसूस करेंगी। इसके पश्चात मैं आपको लॉयर से कनेक्ट करा दूंगा।
लोगों तक न्याय की पहुंच को और आसान करने के लिए न्याय विभाग भारत सरकार की पेशकश न्याय सेतु, एकदम गोपनीय और सुरक्षित माध्यम जिसे समाज के सभी वर्गों के साथ साथ खास तौर पर दिव्यांगों, महिलाओं, बच्चों और वरिष्ठ नागरिकों सहित सभी जरूरतमंदों को ध्यान में रखकर डिजाइन किया गया है। न्याय सेतु एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म जहां कानूनी जानकारी, टेली लॉ और न्याय बंधु की सभी सेवाओं का है समागम। न्याय सेतु, सभी होंगे अब और सशक्त। न्याय पाने की राह अब होगी आसान।
Welcome back. You're watching Disha. In this episode, we are talking about the concerns, challenges faced by our senior citizens and remedies that are available for them. Two senior guests are present with us to take forward the conversation. Dr. Mala, if we again focus on the provisions that are there by the government, by the administration for the welfare of our senior citizens, the most important one perhaps would be the Atal Vayo Abhyudaya Yojana. Broadly, if you could tell us the kind of interventions that it makes for the welfare of the senior citizens.
See, the government has set up an integrated care program for older persons. They are encouraging senior citizen associations to be formed. They are giving funds to these associations to set up facilities for senior citizens, and it is being fully supported. So any organization which has few members of senior citizens can avail, approach the government, and they can get financial support, get guidelines on how to form their programs and do it. Then under this, the health schemes are coming in, which is that they have to demand geriatric clinics, queues for senior citizens.
That's a very important point, ma'am, because often health insurance has an age question, and as older one gets, it's difficult and more expensive.
So now the government has removed that. Just few months back, they have removed the age limit. So that is of great benefit.
And the Ayushman Bharat scheme, which now subsumes the senior citizen health insurance, how is that helping?
Yeah, that is helping. And also what this government is doing is, they've set up many geriatric clinics as well as training of geriatric caregivers. Physicians is another thing, but caregivers which can reach out to homes. And they are setting up through the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. They are linking up. And they are also doing training programs for family members to provide care for older persons. You know, many of us want to take care of our parents, of our older people, but we don't know how to do because we have not been familiar with what kind of complications aging process can bring. But at the same time, we are not even recognizing that once you become 60, 70, it doesn't mean end of your life. It doesn't mean that you will become disabled.
Right.
You're going to be productive. So the government has to provide a lot of facilities where people's resources can be used. They have started life skill training programs, mid-life skill training programs. They are doing livelihood employment programs. They are encouraging firms to absorb senior citizens in special jobs. So there are many such provisions which are coming in. And
the host of programs that you mentioned, lot of senior citizens who may be watching this program right now, and they want to know that, yes, perhaps on paper we know about a lot of plans, if they want to engage directly with it, what is the best manner in which a senior citizen could reach out and learn more about these? Are there helpline numbers that are available?
Yeah, helpline is 14567. Everybody, and they are available 8 o'clock to 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then you can leave your message, and they are connected with various NGOs at the national level, various cities, and they are followed up.
So irrespective of the kind of problem or query that they have, they can reach out to this helpline number. It's a significant one. You could take down this number for senior citizens in need, 14567. It's also easier to remember.
And also, other thing which the government and everybody should be aware, lot of religious places, gurdwaras, temples are setting up clinics where they are giving physiotherapy, they are giving checkups, diagnostic things. Ayurvedic hospitals all over the country have set up special provisions.
And these are pro bono services? So
yes.
A lot of senior citizens from weaker sections, economically weaker sections.
And the health insurance scheme as well as the Ayushman Bharat scheme provides funding for, subsidized care programs.
Okay, and details of all these programs senior citizens should
and what I would recommend, which people don't do, is please go to the website of Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment, and it is listed there. And over there, you are also connected with various other ministries, like the Labour Ministry for Pensions, the Rural Ministry also for pensions. Right. Then you have travel programs listed over there, facilities. So all this is there. Then the government is also, people are not, they can now, like with DDA houses, you can demand renovation in terms of setting up of lifts, which can help you changing the construction of it. Funds are being made available so that senior citizens can equip themselves.
And these are rights that senior citizens can demand. It's hugely important point.
So these are important issues.
Right. Barkaram, I'll come to you. You made an important point before the break that even while they may be aware of their rights, they're very scared to ask for it. They think there'll be loss of respect. Going to a police station could be problematic. What if they don't get justice? They'll lose their home. Give us a little deeper insight into how do you deal with these cases and where do you start working with giving them the confidence that no, they must pursue the matter till the end.
Exactly. But before that, I would like to tell you that since the life expectancy is going higher, we need to really build many more policies. The government has to come in and build more policies for the senior citizens. Since we are getting more and more queries from the senior citizens,
and specifically what
more policies where they can be like, you can engage them. First, encourage them, engage them. See, even if you don't want to give them jobs, I understand. It's pretty difficult. Young people are not getting those many jobs. So how will you include those senior citizens?
Engaging
them. Yes, communicating, engaging them. And there are so many things. They have such a lot of experience. So you can learn a lot from their experiences. You can celebrate them. You can make them feel happy. You can give them awards just like I also do. I also give them lifetime achievement awards. So anything which makes them feel more comfortable.
So try to really look at a holistic manner in which
exactly.
If you can come to that point.
So now I'll come to the back to that point.
And in brief,
very brief. Like whenever I talk to them, I first of all pacify them, and everybody should do that. Anybody who wants to really help the senior citizens should pacify them. First, hear them. Nobody hears them. That is the biggest problem of theirs.
Listen to them.
Listen, but they are not technology friendly. Just like we said just now that they can avail all this. They can go on the site. See, they don't know all this. They are not
computer.
They don't know anything. They don't even have smartphones most of the time. They are using the other phones. So you have to sit with them, tell them, show them in your mobile, make them a little bit technology friendly, make them comfortable, make them know about this policy. Everything they are not so active on digital world. So you need to teach them and then make them comfortable, tell them their rights, their legal rights. They do have their legal rights and they can avail them, but you need to explain them, and the government is doing their best. But now it is everybody on individually. In families, you have to teach each and every one. Don't think that these old people are not
patient with them.
Yes.
Listen to their concerns, and I think that
eat food with them.
Eat food and give them company.
Yes, they need that time, your valuable time. I know your time is very valuable, but they need you because their values only brought you here.
Right. On that note, thank you very much, Dr. Mala Kapoor. Also, thank you, Barkat Rian ma'am, for joining us in the program and sharing those invaluable perspectives.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Much appreciated. Raising awareness. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And with that, we conclude this episode and series of Disha. We spoke about the concerns of senior citizens, the manner in which we must all come together to create a holistic society. And remember that the concerns of senior citizens is not a matter of obligation for us. It is a matter of their right. On that note, I'll take your leave. Namaskar.